Sync clap, I understand that the audio was dog shit. I get it. But here's the thing, I turned this fan off. I suffer a heat stroke. I don't want a heat stroke. And I'm gonna be reading my script because I'm not gonna fucking memorize this shit. I'm not gonna put any effort into this video. I'm already putting effort by using my goddamn Switch as my light. That's enough effort for me, okay? The show has a priest that works with an ex-serial killer with amazing hair on the day and gets whipped and crucified as well as he gets degraded by a dominatrix at night. Whoever created the show has mastered the art of mixing together a compelling, interesting narrative and having depths of boring to heights of hilarity. It washes me away as I sit on my couch in my living room at 3 a.m. because my bedroom has no windows and it suffocates me slowly. I have no interest in properly recapping anything, only telling you the most batshit insane moments of the show because coming into the show, all I thought I was gonna get was a dark pictures anthology ass writing with a group of characters dying and laughing at it a bit. You know what I'm saying? What I got instead is a show so close to being good, only being a little good, and it being stuck at the edge of crossing the line of being good that it got so good. You feel me? Sarah Bennett, the main character, makes friends with Robin, my favorite, and his husband, of which I don't remember the name of. I think it was, I think it was like Justin or some shit. Why are you turning off? I sent you on never. What? What the fuck do you mean? This is as makeshift as it can get, folks. Where was I? These two lovers love threesomes and cocaine to the point where the husband died because he got poisoned with rat poison in his line of coke. This motherfucker, instead of having a hitman style reaction of puking somewhere, he falls over in front of a charity event he's hosting and foams in the mouth like a wild dog who discovered meth and bled from every hole he's got. Well, the priest was being all busted by a dominatrix. The show's plot revolves around the main character, Sarah, and her history with the house that she just bought. The house was where her parents got brutally murdered by this guy named Tom Winston, nicknamed the Executioner. He was a priest that had sex with Sarah's mom because he got seduced, but turns out that Sarah's dad was a cuck that was really into having her wife getting plowed while he records it all and gives it to the same priest that likes getting gooned out with a dominatrix to distribute the footage. So in other words, he got roped into making porn and was not consensually recorded. So it's not a good thing for Tom because he's a whole priest with a reputation and image to protect, but also because that Tom loves Sarah very much and Sarah's mom very much, and Sarah's mom doesn't really care. She's just kind of doing it because Sarah's dad is a cuck who the story's fucked up. You don't need me to repeat it. It's like Sneeko all over again, you know? Who else fucking remembers Sneeko? The only reason I remembered him is because I was watching one of those Moist Critical compilations that were fucking hours long. Just I listen to those to sleep. Moist Critical has a very lovely voice that I go to sleep to. Hey guys, it's Charlie here. Today we're gonna be talking about her, and we're gonna somebody moved. What the fuck was that? Nothing. Anyway, nothing. Got her pregnant. Couldn't get her as his own wife, so he kills both while Sarah's mom pleads to Tom not to kill her and that she loves him and bullshit. Whatever. Years later, Sarah buys a house where the murders happened, confronts Tom, who is in prison, who is also actually her father, as we come to find out later on, and navigate the small town with a new but familiar serial killer that runs around because the dude picked up the executioner mantle like Batman and said he's ballin'. It's a fucking legacy second generation warfare, like that time Randy Orton and Ted DiBiase Jr. were beefing or some shit, something like that. I barely remember what happened there. I don't remember Ted DiBiase Jr. anymore. He's a fucking asshole. He's not an asshole. I know nothing of him. All I know is that I didn't care about him in any way, shape, or form. Executioner's whole gimmick is that he's a watered-down PG-13 CW-looking ass clan member who kills whoever he sees fit to embody each deadly sin from the Bible. He tries his best to follow each biblical punishment and imitate, the punishment in his skills, though he fucks up the pride one, which has to, the pride basically, this is off script, the pride basically dies. I should refer to my script. I made it for a reason. Look, listen, when I was doing school presentations and shit, I never needed a script. But when I'm recording, I need a script. It's probably because I'm not putting fucking effort into this. Basically, the punishment for the sin of pride means that you get ro- tied. I didn't write this on my script. I'm looking at my script. There's nothing on my script that tells me this. It's basically okay. So the sin punishment, fuck, the pride sin punishment is that you get tied onto a wheel, and then you get rolled, and then your bones get crushed, and then you get mocked for eternity. That's the thing. But what ended up happening on the show was that the murderer grabbed the saw wheel, like a round saw, and called it a wheel, and then that's it. Isn't that very fucking creative now, isn't it? It's not even a wheel. It's a saw. What counts as a wheel? If it's a circular thing, is it a wheel immediately? Is is the is the Joy Cons on this Switch? Is that a wheel? Because it's a circle. You fucking Resident Kills are like very pretty sick though. Am I recording my mic? Shit. I am that I'm not going fucking insane. Wrath got a woman's limbs be severed in multiple pieces. It was supposed to be seven, there was only six. The murderer goes on to say, like, oh, I got interrupted. Blah, blah, blah. He had the cocaine kill. Envy was pretty sick. This was Sarah's grandma getting killed because her dumbass threw a cinder block on top of her friend's car because I think she got replaced to go to prom or something. She couldn't go, she couldn't join, and she was being like shit on and like trash talk. Oh my god, she was getting trash talked by her friend. So that friend was also the driver. She wanted to kill the driver. She dropped the cinder block. She ended up hitting like this girl in the middle. Her name was Ada. And basically what happened was that what's the script says? What's the script says? Basically what happened was that later on we find out that Ada didn't die. She's just in a coma. And so she goes to visit her from time to time, is like returning to the scene of crime type shit. What did I write on the why did I write a script and then proceed not to follow it? She got replaced to go to prom or something where she couldn't join, so she wanted to kill the driver because she was dogging on her, but ended up hitting why did I write it like this? Ended up hitting a passenger that she goes to visit earlier in the show. Earlier. Oh, that's still in a coma. Got it. She proceeded to die Salem style, with chains and cinder blocks holding her down as she drowned. It was the double whammy sloth kills with two ambulance driver peoples. A nurse. I believe we would refer to these people as emergency workers. That's wrong. That no, that's wrong. Paramedics. There you go. Guy and a married lady cheating on her husband, disregarded a girl who was drunk. They were paramedics, by the way. Disregarded a girl who was drunk, underage 15-year-old girl. We established this in the show. Disregarded a girl who was drunk in the street because they didn't want their shift extending any further. Because if they picked her up, it would extend to their shift would extend to 3 hours because they gotta wait for her to sober up in order for her to be safe, and they didn't want that because they're lazy, sloth. Get it? It's also Lus that kidnapped that same 15-year-old drunk girl that ambulance dude abandoned, forced himself on her, impregnated her, and have her give birth, and raise a child in his own basement while he goes out to be the town's chief officer. There's also a scene that's a little bit disturbing. I mean, it is quite literally disturbing. I mean, this whole part of the show is what really like I was going into this show not really taking it seriously, but when this part happened, I was like, "Ooh, wee, that's not what I'm looking for." There's this scene where the 15-year-old girl, now grown up a little bit more, is trying to escape, couldn't because she gets caught and she pleads help because the town's the chief officer, the one who's lusty, has a wife. That wife sees everything that's going on and disregards it, turns a blind eye because she's an asshole. Speak no evil type shit. Fuck you, asshole. I remember distinctly having the reaction of how could a woman do that to another woman? You know what I'm saying? It's some bullshit. You get me? You get me? Yeah, you feel me? Yeah. Let's fucking look what I wrote here. I know. Shit's crazy, right? I know damn well you don't plan on watching this show because we both know that if you were, you wouldn't be watching this deep into the video, so quit complaining about these nonchalant spoilers. Oh yeah. This is very important too. He died by burning in a crematorium alive because the less biblical punishment is that you get burnt alive. Who the fuck is slamming the gates? The fuck, man. The rest of the sins were boring. Greed was a reporter who wanted a scoop but got railed instead of being the cap. Lula got railed instead by being decapitated and having her head thrown in some restaurant's deep fryer. It got to the point that some asshole actually got to eat her ear a bit and not realize it was an ear. So it was pretty funny. It's also very funny when you realize and ask the questions of like, how the hell did the deep fryer overflow? How did the killer get inside a busy as hell restaurant? And if it was before the shift started, do these restaurants just not check their oil? I mean, it was a fast food restaurant, so I'm pretty sure they don't check their oil. It's a fast food restaurant. Of course, they're not gonna check their fucking oil. It's a fast burp. And then there's Pride. This is Tom Swinton. Tom Swinton took the hit, the original killer guy who sacrificed himself to save Sarah because apparently she was also Pride by trying to kill herself. Which I think, oh yeah, because suicide is a sin, and I, I from what I got, they were saying she was Pride by killing herself because that's playing God. Oh yeah, because only God can take your life. You can't take your own life. Got it. Leads the question of, no. I was about to say, like, oh yeah, if God wanted to take your own life, wouldn't he just stop you? If he didn't want you taking your own life, I mean. But like, that's gonna lead into like Alex O'Connor territory. I don't want to get into that shit. It's fucking, what time is it? It's fucking 10 p.m. at night. I'm not doing this. I'm just having fun. I needed this severely. This show is so incredibly fun. I know I spoiled the kills, but I haven't spoiled how the story is executed, and I recommend you experience that yourselves. And the killer. Haven't said the killer. This I feel like is one of those shows that you shouldn't take seriously. It has its own, it has its moments where the show really tries to drive in that hostility and that level of uncomfortability that Texas Chainsaw or High Tension has, which a little bit, it kind of gets it a little bit, but it doesn't really matter what the director's intentions were. With the stock sound effects, said sound effects being used a little too much, and a little smidge of bad dialogue. For example, there was the scene in the finale where the killer finds Sarah. So she calls the police and immediately screams for help, and she's about to be murdered. She tells the 911 operator all of this. And the follow-up question that the 911 operator had was, "Are you in danger? Are you in danger? Are you in danger?" Do you have any fucking idea how stupid that question is? In a line of work where you get to hear the final moments of human beings that you ask if they are in danger or not when they just said so 2 seconds ago? Are you fucking stupid? I haven't said who the killer is because that's the funnest part about the show. I think the show does an okay job with throwing red herrings, though some are a little too obvious. But it never really lets you know who it is. At least I can what did I fuck what? At least I can it kept at, at least I can it kept me on my toes. It kept me on my toes is what I'm trying to say. Granted, granted, again, I jumped into this show not taking it seriously from the get-go. I was just experimenting on my first time subscribing to Netflix. I'm basically trying to say, hey, I didn't expect this. I write really bad scripts. This is why I didn't use scripts when I was in high school because I I'm better with pointers, but I'm only good with pointers if I actually care, of which I don't, so I'm not doing it. I write in my script. Oh, I'm complaining about Netflix. Yeah, let me complain about Netflix. Netflix has the mobile plan, right? For me, 169 pesos, which is, fair. But another thing about it is that it only gives me 480p, which absolutely sucks. Who's watching anything at 480p? But like, I I don't understand it. Why you gotta lower it? Why do you have to give me 480p? That sucks. That sucks. That's horrible. That's like PewDiePie face cam quality. I don't like that. I don't want that. I don't need that. Listen, let me read what I wrote here. You already don't have everything I'm looking for. Your collection is subpar. Besides Extraction, with Grim Samsworth. You don't even have the Japanese grudge movies. You're milking Stranger Things dry. And we both know damn well that your only lifeline right now is WWE. That point is a little ass. Why am I stuck with 480p? This is bullshit. And yes, viewer, I am broke. That is why I am complaining. I love Writer. Lasher definitely has its moments that were disturbing, especially with the sin of lust with Sarah's husband, and more when it comes to the story of not only Tom Winston but also the priest who was kinky. I definitely think it's worth a watch if you want to experience something fun, like a dark pictures anthology type of story. Which let's face it, most of them are dog shit. Besides Until Dawn and House of Ashes. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to talk about this show immediately after finishing it. So that's it. I'm gonna go play Overwatch and suck. I have a losing streak.